Hey guys, welcome back to the 77 Cycle Trader channel. Today is the 4th of November 2021 and I will be recapping the trade that yielded me $600 in less than 10 minutes in the NQ. So without further ado, let's get to the charts. After cycling through the higher time frames, the daily, the 4-hour, the 2-hour, the 1-hour, I came across the 30-minute time frame and immediately I zeroed in on this particular stochastic RSI pattern. This is a pattern that I've established after immense backtesting as being one that's bullish. So I jumped from this chart down to the 15-minute, and my bias was further bolstered by taking a look yet again at the stochastic RSI. I had one cross, I had a second cross, and what I was waiting on either prior to the market open or after the market open was a third cross, which as you all can see we didn't get. But what did take place, you had one hump, you had a second hump and a third hump, which in itself, if you take a look at the composition of everything else, you have the stochastic RSI price movement. After a few times taking a look at these videos with me, you would come to understand that I also use this as a means to enter trades. So from there, I jump to my chart of choice, which is a 5-minute. I always use this chart to trade on. I inspected pre-market. I noticed that there was this accelerated move and then a rejection at this primary level. So what am I doing after this? Of course, I am counting 4 levels down. I had 1, 2, 3, 4. On this level, I noticed that there was a price reaction. So target was hit already. Reaction was small, price pushed up just slightly and continued falling. So what am I to do next? Where am I going? Where am I placing my limit order once the market opens, where I believe there will be a reaction off of, and that will take me to the top side because I've already established this long bias. So I went back to this candle and counted 6 levels down. We had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and this level is 16,164 and 0 cents. So I had an idea as to where I would place my limit once the market opened. And to further cement my mindset, I noticed that just prior to market open, price pushed up just a bit. And this candle, the first reversal after the last green candle, I counted 4 levels down, which is what the plan calls for. So you had 1, 2, 3, 4. Which just so happened to coincide with 6 levels from this primary level, the brown line. So yes, I determined that this was the area in which I should place my limit order. What else was taking place at this time? You had one cross on stochastic RSI, so let's say 1, and you had 2 crosses, but there is a third cross that's missing. But if you recall, on the 30-minute, you didn't see 3 crosses. And on this, the 5-minute, there aren't 3 crosses, but this is a pattern. And as I stated before, once you'll have watched a number of the videos, you will come to understand that stochastic RSI, it rhymes and it repeats and there's a melody to it. And I just danced to the tune. So here's what I did. I counted 1, 2, 3. So knowing all of this and seeing all of this, yes, my bias is confirmed. I have these moves here. I have not only that, but one set of red candles. You had a second set of red candles to the downside, and then you had one last candle. So 3 candles down. The market, as I stated in my prior video, the market moves in 3s. I had 3 falling candles. I had my 1, 2, 3 moves on stochastic RSI. In addition to that, you had RSI breaching or almost breaching a key horizontal level. So guess what happened, folks? I didn't place my limit order at 16,164. I was actually assisting my daughter with something, breakfast time. Yeah, it was crazy this morning. But in any event, by the time I ran back to the workstation, I saw that price was doing this tango at 16,173. So yes, I had a limit order placed there, and in the matter of less than 10 minutes, I counted 4 levels up. 1, 2, 3, 4. So 4 levels up, price runs up into this level at 201 and triggers my trailing stop. Boom, get stopped out for $600. This was my first trade of the morning. I took a few more trades. I did well, ended up the day, let's see, 1,000 plus. So let's just quickly run through some of the other things I saw as the day progressed. Now, bear in mind, I didn't sit here all day and watch the market, but there were some key times in coming back that I realized, like, oh, there's an opportunity here. Oh, there's an opportunity there. And that's exactly what it was. So there was a clear opportunity at this level here. And why do I say that? Well, we had one hump or one cross. You had a second cross here. There wasn't a third cross, but let's go. We had one hump, two hump, and after the second one, it's a third. Remember, the market moves in threes. So you had this taking place on stochastic RSI, horizontal line being broken on RSI, and what did we have here? A trend line being broken, or price breaking a trend line. In addition to that, you had one set of red candles down, you had a second set and a third. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, break, break. And what are you doing? You're simply counting 3 levels up. 1, 2, 3, 4. So there was that move. I believe there was another move as well. Where are you? Where are you hiding? No, it's not you. It's not you. It's, yeah, I don't want to go into that one just as yet. Okay, so it's, yeah, well, we may as well. It's this one. Now, before we go into that, I just wanted to briefly talk about what took place after. So yes, you had 4 levels up and I took my profits in this area. But as you can see, the market kept pushing. And as I stated, the market moves in threes. So after this first set of green candles up, you had your first pullback. Now, if someone wanted to take a trade here and understood that this market was still in a bullish state, you could have simply counted 4 levels up to get your target or your take profit, which would be 1, 2, 3, 4. So you had this, the market continued to push. There was another pullback. Now, obviously, this didn't move 4 levels up, but I want you all to pay particular attention to what you see here. The market pushes up. There's one set of green candles. It pulls back, red candle. Then there's a second set of green candles. It pulls back, and then there's the third. The market then gives you a big red candle. The actual behavior or the temperature of the market is turning. So if you continue to go bullish, be extremely careful. And there's something else I wanted to point out to you all here. I believe that I did take, yes I did. I did take a trade off the bounce on this fall here as well. So after the last green candle up, this was the first red candle to the downside. I counted 4 levels from this primary level here. And you had 1, 2, 3, 4. I had a limit order sitting at this level exactly, which was 16,294.75 cents. The market pushed further down. The low of this candle was 16,286, but I had a 10-point stop. I was barely hanging on, but hung in. And what happened afterwards? Gave you this inverted hammer. The market then pushed up and gave you easy money. This was a good scalp play. It then rolls over again and comes down. And what happens? It rolls 6 levels down. So you had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Anyone willing to take a chance here could have taken a chance here, put their limit order in and waited for the market to reverse. And as I stated earlier, you had all of these other variables coalescing or coming together to give you a stronger bias. So let's move forward to the last play that I saw of the day, which was around this area. What did we have? We had price falling, but let's take a look at what first. Stochastic RSI. Let it lead the way. So you had one cross, you had a second cross, Notice there wasn't a third cross. Today just wasn't the day for all of those crosses, but what you had were the humps. So you had 1, 2, boom, 3. And at this level, you had a key trend line. You had price here. It hadn't broken the horizontal level as yet, but it was nearby. But what did you also have as well? You had one hump, which corresponds to 2 sets of falling. 1, 2. So 1 equals 2. 2 humps equals 3 sets of red candles. And so you had 1, 2, 3. It's time to go. You put your entry here at this level, which was at 16,313 and 50, and you simply count 4 levels up. 1, 2, 3, 4, and you are exiting the trade here. I was actually on my phone with my brother. I was actually on the phone with my brother discussing this trade as it formulated. So today was a very good day in the NQ. The first, as I said, less than 10 minutes at the start of the day, I was already up $600, which was good. So that was the NQ for the day. But prior to me signing off, I just wanted to take a quick look at DDOG and SAVA. Why did I want to take a look at DDOG? Because of what took place on earnings today. I noticed that prior the last earnings period, what did DDOG do? DDOG, after the last set of red candles, and you had 1, 2, 1 cross, a second cross, a third cross here. The first green candle after the last red candle came on a key level, and I counted 4 levels up. 1, 2, 3, 4. And where did DDOG run up to? It ran up to this level and stopped near the 5th. So I was curious to see what would take place in DDOG today. So let's just jump down to in fact, prior to even jumping down to the lower time frames, I decided, let's see if DDOG does break to the upside. Let's just count 4 levels up. So we had 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so we are going to contract the space between the 4th and 5th levels. And why is that? Because, let's just contract it first. Contract the space, 1, 2, 3, 4. And I'll tell, this is not what I wanted, but hey, that's fine. Let's just switch this out. All right, so it's contracted up here. And the reason why I did that is simply because the last time DDOG had earnings, and I counted 4 levels up, 1, 2, 3, 4, between the 4th and 5th level, where did DDOG stop? And it was, so let's see, the high of the day was $135.38, and this level roughly is at $135.34. So let's go down to the 5-minute and see what happened after market. Well. So it runs up into the 4th level, and it has already hit the top level that it did the last earnings period. So it'll be interesting to see what DDOG does tomorrow. Is it going to push further, or is this the top or end of the road? Will we actually see a gap and crap? Who knows? We'll see. And last but not least, let's just jump to SAVA. Now, SAVA has been a hot number recently, and of course, why not? It's making everyone money, right? So I just wanted to briefly touch on this for you guys. I did an Instagram post explaining or asking if you wanted to know when was a good time to enter SAVA, when was a good time to exit, you know, what would give you an indication that you should be entering SAVA. Well, it's a part of the 77 cycle trading plan. You have stochastic RSI giving you 1 cross, a second cross, and guess what? A third cross. A third cross comes in conjunction with a cross here, a horizontal level on RSI, and price breaking a key trend line. So price breaks here on this day, which is November 1st. And the closest trend line to this green candle is this level here, which is $60.89. So where would you take this to? Well, because the first green candle after the last falling red candle, doesn't immediately open and close above this trend line, I'm only counting 3.5 levels up as my TP, my take profit. So where does that leave us? 1, 2, 3.5. I would be looking to exit SAVA at $115.54. So guys, that's it. Thank you all for joining me. I hope this video was educational. I hope it was informative. Like, subscribe, and share this, folks. Please and thank you. Have a good night.